Guys, A Quiet Place 2 was such a pleasure. In some ways, better than the first one, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, you all. But before we dive into this review, hook your boy up with that HBO special. Y'all know what that is? That's the Help My Brother Out special. Hit that subscribe button, ding that bell, and hit like on this video for videos on the latest in movies, TV shows, with a little sprinkle of anime and gaming. My name's Leo Rydell. This is Geekly Goods, and today we are here to review A Quiet Place Part 2. So A Quiet Place 2 is directed by John Krasinski as well, and it stars the same cast with a few newcomers. Emily Blunt as Evelyn Abbott, Millicent Simmons as Regan Abbott, John Krasinski, Noah Jupe, Cillian Murphy, and Djimon Hounsou. So yes, a couple of new names this time, but guys, we are back in the same environment. This movie pretty much picks up exactly where the first one left off, and I love that it is just very much a continuation. It connects minutes after the first movie, and that's one thing that really works. So let's start out with what works for A Quiet Place Part 2. So what works is we get these same great elements from the first one, the amazing sound design. I mean, going from this visceral score that he has prepared with these creepy piano notes over to complete silence, to whispering and the monsters. Oh man, the sound design is just amazingly done in this movie, just like it was in the first, maybe even a touch better, you guys. It is just so amazing what John Krasinski does with sound design to completely mute and have you in this mood of nervousness and anxiety. It really is just genius on his part, and it translates incredibly well to this next movie. It just, A Quiet Place, really, we really don't know how grateful we should be to have speech communication, because you see A Quiet Place and it's like that vocal communication, not having that, it sucks. I mean, seriously, it sucks, guys. It is so cool to really see these things on screen, and honestly, it makes you grateful that you can shout across the room and a monster's not gonna come get you, maybe. But yes, the sound design, first thing. Second thing, guys, the acting is really, really good. Of course, again, being able to physically act and to, make facial expressions and be able to communicate. Cillian Murphy is great in this role with Millicent. He is really like big brother figure to her, and they have really great chemistry on screen together. I think that they do an incredible job of having this big brother, little sister, or even like more like an uncle niece type relationship. And Cillian Murphy's character makes a great arc throughout the movie, and he does a great job of inserting himself into the group. Even though he's hiding off and they have to find him, he does a great job of really actually believing in Millicent's character. And I think that's such a great work by John Krasinski to bring him into the cast and bring him in and really bring him into the group. Emily Blunt, great again. I mean, she did a great job in the first one, but man, that mama bear, she is just unstoppable seeming at times, will do anything to get rid of these monsters, and she really does that well again in this movie. And then Noah Jupe has a little bit more screen time in this movie, and that guy, man, that kid keeps on staying in trouble, y'all. I mean, whew, it's kind of one thing after another. He gets hit by a bear trap, things start to domino after that. My man just stays getting in trouble, but the kids do an incredible job in this movie as well. Millicent does a very great job in this movie of communication through the sign language, and she is very brave. It's something that passed on to her from her father, who was brave and resourceful in the first one, and you can tell that she channels that exact same energy. Very well done by the cast, and the monsters are great. The score is incredible. I love the score, guys. The score is absolutely incredible. It's chilling, it's haunting, it gets you in this mood of anxiety and nervousness. It's great, it's amazing. And not to mention, I mean, the cinematography is incredible. You got some great monsters, guys. There's just so many great details about A Quiet Place that really puts it into that top bar in the modern horror genre. It does an incredible job, and I've already seen it 2 times, and I may not even mind a third. It's that good, you guys. It's a little bit better than the first, but let's get to what doesn't quite work. So what doesn't quite work for A Quiet Place is that it's a movie that, in my opinion, can really only be watched in a theater with surround sound. And look, you don't gotta have Dolby or all the special things, but to have that sound and to be able to experience this experience on a big screen really feels like the only right way to watch this movie, because I feel like at home, you take away from the nuance a little bit. You can pause, get up, go to the bathroom. It kind of takes away from the experience a little bit. So what I will say about A Quiet Place is it's pretty much locked into being in theater experience only. Now, I know people have seen it at home and have enjoyed A Quiet Place, the first part, at home. However, I just think that, unfortunately, due to the amazing sound design and what's done with the sound editing, you can really only watch it in a theater. So I would say that that's probably my one negative. I mean, there's not a lot, maybe a couple scenes here and there are a little, can drag a little, but honestly, guys, I really liked A Quiet Place Part 2. It is in my top 5 of 2021. I think I put it at number 4. But guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Are you gonna go check out A Quiet Place Part 2? Because I thoroughly enjoyed myself, you guys. If I had to give a rating to A Quiet Place Part 2, I would go with a 9 out of 10. Guys, I am stern on this one. I absolutely loved this experience. It's paced well, the story's great as well. And I just think it's cool to see a movie that really does present one of our senses being shut off, and that's vocal communication. And I love what John Krasinski does with the sound editing to create this feeling of nervousness and anxiety that really has you on the edge of your seat the whole time. Whenever one of those monsters appears, whew, we are all freaking out, y'all. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Have you seen A Quiet Place Part 2? Are you planning on going to see it? Let me know your thoughts. And if you have seen it, let me know what you thought. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and big shout out to Allied Marketing for hooking me up with the screening. Thank you guys so much, and guys, we will see you next time on Geekly Goods.